Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo has disclosed that for a long-term flight service to Nigerian Middle Eastern mega carrier, Emirates Airlines is meeting for a codeshare partnership with Nigerian carriers. This indicates a stronger relationship between the airlines of both countries, as a codeshare allows passengers to book through itineraries or two more, in effect, by choosing to codeshare with a Nigerian airline. Emirates seeks to accentuate and deepen its ties with Nigeria. Now with me, as always, is Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu, who is going to get into the stories with me. Mr. Chika, good morning to you.
Abby, good morning. How are you today?
Very well, thanks. And yourself?
I'm okay,
Great. You know, we're talking about this yesterday, Emirates. So this,
I mean, let's put that story back into the bed. You know,
yes,
we celebrated, the commencement of services again after 2 years of exit by Emirates Airlines. We talked about the issues that led to their exit from Nigeria. And subsequent news has come up about the full element of the agreement reached between Nigeria and the Emirati government. Aviation is almost like a government-to-government thing because of the importance of aviation to the economy. So the first element, as I put down in your rundown, is the fact that I want to make sure the issue of reciprocity, that the airlines, Emirates Airlines are coming from Emirates to Nigeria, must commensurately also make sure that Nigerian Airlines are also going there. Note that Nigeria at that time, 2 airlines have been designated, that is Airpeace and United Airlines. They've been designated for the Dubai routes. So based on agreement now, once they're able and willing, they will commence flying that route again, just like Emirates is coming back to come back to Nigeria. Now, but there's one important element which has been working against Nigerian Airlines, and a lot of domestic airlines have been crying about that, which they got right this time around, in this agreement, which they call the code share, which is one of the things you mentioned in your rundown. Basically, what used to happen is that we used to see something like an airline like Lufthansa will take passengers from Frankfurt and then land in Lagos. After about 30 minutes, you take off and go to Port Harcourt and offload some passengers, and take passengers again from Port Harcourt, and then get into Lagos, and take passengers from Lagos again, and get her back to Frankfurt. So in that leg of Port Harcourt to Lagos, they're operating like a domestic airline. And so domestic airlines in Nigeria we are losing revenue. So this Emirates agreement now includes what they call a codeshare. Let me explain a little for our viewers. Now, it means now that Emirates can stay in Dubai. As you walk in there, Abby, you want to go to Akwa Ibom. Let's say that's your state. Emirates does not fly there, but they will sell their ticket from Dubai all the way to Akwa Ibom. So what happens is that Emirates will bring you from Dubai to Lagos, and then an airline like Ibom Air will not take you from Lagos to Akwa Ibom. So you'll find that you as a passenger doesn't have to stress yourself. When you get to Lagos, start looking for how do you get to your Akwa Ibom. The revenues for the Emirates airline is complete because the routing is total. The domestic airline in Nigeria, which is like Akwa Ibom Air, is getting traffic, unlike before when they were stripped of that traffic. So that the code share arrangement, when it's properly done, profits the domestic airlines and enables them build capacity, so that those that come in for passengers, especially Nigerians, when they come in from US or Washington, whatever they land, and land in Lagos, the next destination, they don't need to start buying tickets again. They would have bundled it with their tickets ab initio from beginning using Emirates Airline. So that's a win-win situation for everybody involved,
everybody,
yeah, and fair, unlike what used to happen before, where a lot of some international airlines will come here and hop in Abuja and then start speaking to Port Harcourt, pick passengers, and start operating like domestic airline.
It cuts out all that unnecessary round tripping.
Now, the comma in this has to do with the visa process. Now, there's a training program I'm trying to plan for one of my clients, corporate clients, and I said, let's domicile it in Dubai. in a Nigerian company. They said no, they can't get visa to Dubai. That they prefer to go to the United Kingdom. They're easier to get the visa. Meanwhile, Dubai used to be easier before, but because of the issues that Nigerians will go everywhere, will try to spoil the places we're going to. So, but I know the authorities in Nigeria are working with the government in Qatar government to make sure that those conditions are made less austere, so that the routes can become free again. But let me put it this way: that when that route was shut down, Nigerians were actually the losers. Nigerians had a lot of investment in there, but they couldn't access them because there was no visa to go there. So once this one works, Nigerians will be winners, and the route will open up again.
Right.
Especially.
That's a rather gaping loophole there, the visa issue, because that's really a huge determinant.
They'll sort it out once all these Nigerian issues are sorted out. Yeah.
Right, and of course, in line with the bilateral air service agreement, we're also seeing a number of things happening. So that's really good, and I mean, kudos to the minister there. Let's see if we have a little more time to talk about the federal government unveiling new fiscal incentives.
Quickly, let me talk about that. Especially, let me talk about the deep offshore one. You see, Nigerian oil and gas industry have been clamoring for this for a long time because we became not the preferred destination for investment in Africa. Africa has things like Algeria, Libya, Angola, Congo, Republic of Congo. Those are oil producing countries. And they had very good incentives for the investors who come from abroad to invest in the oil and gas industry. And because the Nigerian oil and gas industry, the incentives are not very good. A lot of these investments, we are losing them. So we commend the government for these initiatives that they doing things, even though coming late to the table, but the issues that has been done to make sure that the investors are attracted to come and put made investments in oil and gas industry in Nigeria, especially deep offshore, where the security is better and the issues that happen on onshore do not happen there. So it's very commendable. The other aspect of it has to do with the VAT relief for things like diesel, cooking gas. A lot of us have been compared to national gas. A lot of people have been complaining about the price of those items, diesel price. So if the VAT is removed, 7.5% as of now, we believe that there'll be an impact on the prices and lowering better living conditions for Nigerians and the businesses involved.
Yeah, it will certainly cushion a lot, and it's expected to bolster energy security. So good move there. A good one. Let's keep an eye on it, as always. Jigawa State purchasing a private university at 11 billion naira.
Very interesting transaction.
Yeah.
Very interesting transaction. And a very interesting transaction where a private sector built a university and the state, went and bought it. And for, I think, $11 billion naira.
Yeah.
So very interesting transaction. And, a lot of states start this university project and they never finish it. So for them, this is a ready-made university. The issues will include, I'm sure they did the right valuation, they did the right due diligence and other terms of the purchase. But I think it's a very nice thing for the state to have done. And for the investors, I'm sure that I wonder why they decided to sell, but they have to sell, in business to sell. So education is prime, and the state should be commended for this if we get more details about the transaction.
Right, absolutely. And of course, related development, we've also seen Jigawa State, sign a few contracts around water agricultural
that
projects.
Touch the life of people.
Yeah, so they're doing something.
Yeah, I mean, that release showed about a lot of things that had to touch the life of agriculture, especially, mechanized farming, which we have been crying for, and other things that have to help agriculture, which is a major strength in that part of Nigeria.
Right, and of course this will also, get other states to...
Of course. I mean, we see in this program talking about what the governors do with all the money that come to them. So, I mean, Jigawa said is setting the tone for the governors also to copy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a little bit more of time as well, my team is telling me, so I want us to take advantage of this and go back to this fiscal incentive.
Oh, yes.
And maybe let's shed some more light on this value-added tax modification and how it will impact the economy.
Yeah, it's simply put, that I don't have the back of my calculator here, but you find that the price for diesel, price for cooking gas, the price for compressed gas, and those elements have a 7.5% VAT in them. Now, if you back that out, a lot of Nigerians have been, crying about those. See, the diesel is the fuel that is used by the logistic companies to move the trailers. That's what the trailers use. The trailers don't use the petrol. What they use is diesel. So if you reduce the price of diesel, it will help in reducing the price of logistics in the country, in moving the goods from one part of the country to another part. Because those are one of the things that people complained about, what has led to the increase in price of logistics in the country. So that's very commendable. Cooking gas also has been a problem, and if you reduce, all of us that we're going to firewood or less adorable methods like kerosene will also, get back to cooking gas, which is cleaner than those other ones, than cutting down our trees and use them as firewood. So those are very, very commendable. Remember, that will reduce the burden in the expenditures on the citizens. So that will help, and as the government has said, that's one of the objectives and motives for keeping on that initiative.
All right, one of the big questions, as usual, would be people want to know when is this all going to kick in? When am I going to start to feel the effect of this? Do we have any insight into that?
We're very good in policies, but implementation becomes a problem. It's like the policy of the government has said they're going to remove duty on imported food, and we hear that the custom and the Ministry of Finance, they've been battling for a long time now how to implement that policy. So a lot of times there's a lag between when the government makes a pronouncement and when it's implemented and the citizens get benefit of that. But this is not very complex. I think it can be done almost immediately.
All right. So, of course, we're all sitting and waiting with bated breath to see when this is going to come around. Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu, I want to thank you so much for being with us this morning. And, of course, we'll see you again tomorrow.